Hey guys, real quick, only 40% of our viewers are actually subscribed, so let's change that right now. Hit that subscribe button right below. Las Vegas Raiders at the Denver Broncos. It's on Prime tonight, Denver Broncos. They're favored by 8.5. They're 7-2. Raiders 2-6. Over/under is 42.5.
Yep. Jacoby Myers, obviously, they traded him away, so Brock Bowers is going to get 8,000 targets.
Man, he's so good, and Geno Smith just threw 4 touchdowns. They had a great game against the Jags, despite you thinking it was boring. It was great in the second.
Most of it was boring.
In the second half of the game, it was excellent, and Bowers makes it a big difference. My question for the Raiders coming off their bye last week was, first off, Bowers' health, and what does this offense look like? It's a 1-point loss to the Jags. Are you ready to reset maybe some early season expectations on the Raiders? Or are they back to like what we thought they would be, which is definitely a much more competitive team than they showed the first 8 weeks of the season?
I mean, I do think, last week wasn't a fluke, I think. I think Brock Bowers back in the lineup does transform the offense to a degree. Like, Geno has a greater degree of comfort and knows where he can go with the ball. He's got one guy that he absolutely has confidence in Bowers. So I think that part is legit. But now you're going up against Denver's defense with the best pass rush in the NFL and everything they can bring to the table. So it might not be I'm not sure that's enough for them to just be immediately, well, you can hang with Denver now.
I wonder if they're going to try to run the ball a little bit, keep the pass rush at bay. It doesn't matter a ton if you can't do it. I mean, if you can't run successfully, the Raiders' run game's a little bit better than it was earlier in the year. Ashton Genty, still good, still able to run hard. It's just really difficult when you don't have, the run blocking, the space. But when you give Genty space, he can make stuff happen. Raiders have been without Colton Miller for the last few weeks, as we know. The starting left tackle, Stone Forsythe, in there. I mean, if you look up and down the defensive line, we know Denver gets after it from a pass rush perspective, not just their front four, but the rotation in their front four, their ability to blitz and just create havoc. Always the key to the game when it comes to Denver. Can the Raiders pick any of that up or get the run game going enough just to, slow that down a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I think the Raiders' offense will be able to actually move the ball a bit better, potentially do something in this game. The question, I think, then becomes, the Raiders' defense is not particularly good. It's very light on quality players. But Denver's offense has been, very inconsistent, very spotty. The talent is there. All the players, quarterback, we've seen Bo Nix play very well for stretches. The receiving talent, I think, is there for them to make an impact. The backfield has talent as well. They just don't seem to be able to put it all together consistently for any extended period of time. They just leave so much on the table. Will they be inconsistent enough to let the Raiders hang around close enough in the game?
I've said many times over the last few weeks, you're talking about Denver's offense. Golden age, Sam. My phrase for the year. Golden age of being able to pick any stat you want to tell any story you want. And there's a lot of hot button issues. Most of the online arguing these days, it's this guy's better than this guy's the best, this guy's the worst. I mean, there's no middle ground. And so Bo Nix continues to be he's a hot button issue. So I'll give you both sides of the Bo Nix discussion.
Okay.
We'll make everybody happy.
No, we won't.
On Bo Nix. The stat chart floating around there, I think it was from FTN. I like the way it's positioned. Yards left on the field. And it matches the eye test. Bo Nix, it's like percentage of your misses and then how many yards you missed. And Bo Nix is in its own, it's not even a quadrant because his miss percentage isn't that high. It's the yards that he's missed.
So they're all big plays.
The overthrows, right? There's a lot of open throws down the field where, he's missing plays. And I think when you see that, you say credit to Troy Franklin, first of all, the Broncos receivers, and or Sean Payton. I think Sean Payton's doing a really good job there, creating explosive opportunities, and Bo has missed a bunch. And then the other, so that's a negative for Bo. And then I warn you, it's literally one stat. Mm-hmm. It's like one little stat. It's not like project it forward and say Bo Nix is the worst quarterback in the NFL. It's just, he's leaving some leaving something on the table. He's some missing yards, some missing value there. Now the hidden value in Bo Nix, Sam Schwartzstein.
Oh, what did he call that thing?
Amazon. Scrack.
Yeah, Scrack.
I like the Scrack metric. I really like it, Sam.
Scrack.
It's really good. So let me just finish.
Hang on, just before
Go ahead.
you
want to respond?
Not respond. I just want to clarify. I'm looking at the chart right now, and you said it's not the volume.
Is it a quadrant too? Yeah.
There are only two quarterbacks with a worse miss rate.
Oh, okay, my bad.
So
I thought he was more middle.
It is also it is also the volume, but it's definitely
the
yards.
I didn't have it in front of me.
All right,
I didn't want to misremember.
I didn't want to mislead people.
So I'm just trying to have Bo Nix fodder, right? Mm-hmm. If you're a hater, like, man, Denver's just dragging Bo Nix to all these wins with their great defense, you got some fodder. If you're a Bo lever, I got something for you as well.
Okay.
Number 2 in Scrack. Number 2. And it's a fun metric, right? This is the
behind only the great Josh Allen, right?
Behind Josh Allen
is God when it comes to Scrack.
And so what is
Scrack, Steve?
It is it's interesting because we've talked a lot more about sacks and how that's on the quarterback in recent years, but it's combining sack EPA and scramble EPA, right? So I think it paints a really good picture of what are you losing when you get sacked, and then what are you gaining when you scramble, right? Because a lot of, say, Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson's career, you'd say, hey, these guys have a really high sack rate. However, they make up for it more. It's in part because they're mobile and they create plays. And so you just combine the two. It becomes Scrack. And Sam does a really good job with this. This is where Josh Allen, because it's combining sack EPA and scramble EPA, you're going to get sacked more than you're going to scramble. And your sacks, losing like 6 or 7 yards on a sack is, pretty detrimental to the offense. So everyone's going to be negative in this stat pretty much.
Right.
But you want to have, the lowest negative. Last year, there was a lot of normal metrics, your standard metrics that didn't love Josh Allen relative to, say, Lamar Jackson, but the hidden value was in Scrack. He was the only guy that was positive, I believe, because he had such a low sack rate, and of course, Allen's a great scrambler. So Allen is number 1 as well this year. The highest EPA on scrambles, and it's actually like middle of the pack on losing EPA on sacks. Bo Nix, number 1 as far as EPA lost on sacks, very low sack rate. That has traveled with him from college to the NFL. He's been outstanding at that, and he's got a pretty good scramble EPA. So Bo Nix, here's the top of the chart. So look, this is if you want to be irresponsible with numbers,
Boy, do I.
You could look at the Scrack chart here, and if you are a Bo Nix or a Jackson Dart fan, and I know they're out there, I know there's some numbers people out there.
This is for you.
This is for you. There's some Jackson Dart numbers nerds out there who are like, this is the next Mahomes. I got something for you, all of you guys. Scrack, number 1, Josh Allen. He's the best. Number 2, Bo Nix. Number 3, Patrick Mahomes. Number 4, Jackson Dart. And then it's Baker Mayfield, Jordan Love. So if you're Bo Nix and Jackson Dart fans, the top 4, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Bo Nix, and Jackson Dart, clearly that's who they are. So there you go. That's our game preview for Raiders Broncos. Something to keep an eye on. Bo Nix missing deep throws, but also picking up positive yards on scrambles and not losing value on sack rate.
What's funny about that is that both of those things completely match the eye test. Like, just eyeballing Bo Nix playing football, you're like, that dude leaves so many big passing plays on the table and also saves the game by what he does, avoiding sacks and turning stuff into scrambles. Like, that's Bo Nix's game in a nutshell, summed up in 2 statistics. The other thing that jumped out with that, the Scrack, when you sent it to me.
I'm going to bring it back. It's going to be a big part of the show here today.
Was that Cam Ward is like almost more than twice as bad as any other quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
That's horrendous. Like, mind-blowingly terrible.
Yeah, it's not great. They're on bye, so we don't get to,
That's why you got to bring it up now.
You got to bring it up now. We'll bring it back next week. I assume.
You've got Jared Goff, like the bottom quarterbacks, right? Jared Goff and Joe Flacco, 2 guys that are like notoriously immobile and kind of oblivious in the pocket at times throughout their career. Makes sense. And Cam Ward is more than twice as bad as those two guys at the combination of sacks and scrambles. That's not good for a mobile quarterback.
EPA, expected points added.
Yes.
Right? Cam Ward's losing about 89 points on this.
Yeah.
But gaining almost nothing back from scrambles. So you're not getting the mobility. You're not getting the benefit of the mobility, and you're just taking way too many negative plays. It's an interesting data point. The other guy that's really low on this is Drake May, and we'll talk about that. I think when we get to the New England game, it's the one criticism of May's game so far.
Wasn't that? Am I misremembering? Wasn't Josh Allen early in his career pretty bad at taking sacks, and then he became like a savant at never taking them?
I don't remember. I think he was more the turnover-worthy plays for him, but I think the sack rate's always been pretty good for Allen. I could be wrong, though.
Yeah.
And remember, sack rate, that doesn't mean like you're just breaking free from sacks. It's just getting rid of the ball.
Right.
Quicker.
Peyton Manning was at a really good
And
sack
by
rate.
the way, I think
Marino
Marino was unbelievable at it. Allen and Nix both have really good pass blocking offensive lines. And Mahomes, actually, it does coincide a lot of times with the offensive line as well. It's just not always there. Anyway, in this matchup, Broncos-Raiders, the Bo Nix discourse, let it continue. Bottom line there, though, is they've had a lot of games where they've kind of been sleepwalking through three quarters, and then Bo Nix has been outstanding in the fourth and gets the key scramble. Max Crosby probably has to be incredible in this game for the Raiders to have a chance. And I also think the Raiders' offense can be a lot feistier than they were the first half of the season with Bowers back, finding ways to get Genty the ball. So I'm hoping for a competitive game. It's 8.5 though here for Thursday Night Football.
Yeah, I'm going to buy in. I'm going to be a prisoner of the moment and buy in to the last thing we saw from the Raiders, which is the offense looking better and being able to at least keep that close.
Yeah,
as in within 8.5.
I want to do that, but I'm not gonna.
I'm not confident.
I've been burnt so many times just picking the favorite on Thursday Night Football, and then you got some weird stuff happens. You get a division game.
Did I make the rather foolish error of putting, is this my lock of the week, quote unquote?
For Vegas?
I think so, yeah.
Really?
I did, yeah.
Man, I mean, my lock of the week doesn't really matter.
To be fair, it was 9.5 when I did it. So.
Oh, now it's 8.5 now.
Yeah.
I'll take Denver to cover the 8.5, as will 10-year-old Harry.
Thanks for watching all the way to the end of the video.
Check the Mic is live Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, so be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss a video.
You heard the man. Subscribe.